How to reload a metallic cartridge. This covers the basic steps for reloading metallic cartridges, a good way to save money, or shoot more for the same price, and to manufacture high-end ammunition. Steps. 1. Clean the area. Make sure that the area and especially the workbench are free from any material that might interfere into the reloading process. 2. Acquire a good reloading manual. This is going to be your reloading Bible. It will contain the information about which powders to use for a given caliber, which kind of primer to use, and all critical dimensions required for your newly manufactured ammunition. 3. Acquire all the supplies. Empty casings. You will most likely already have the brass in your possession from once fired cartridges, or you can purchase newly manufactured brass casings. 4. Set up your reloading press and adjust your dies according to the manufacturer's and caliber's specifications. 5. Clean your brass. Cleaning the brass is not only for aesthetic reasons, but also to get rid of all the particles and debris that might scratch the sizing die or the chamber of the firearm. 6. Lubricate your empty casings. This step is only required if you are using steel dies, to reduce the friction between the brass casing and the sizing die. If you are reloading pistol ammunition and purchased carbide sizing die, you may skip the lubrication step. Tungsten carbide is a very hard metal which also provides a very smooth surface, preventing the brass from sticking to it. Rifle casings must always be lubricated prior to sizing regardless of the sizing die's construction. 7. Remove the old primer. This step is usually combined with the sizing step as most sizing dies include an integral decapper. Another option is to use a universal decapping die, which can be used on virtually all calibers. 8. Resize your casing. When fired, the pressure generated by the burning powder will expand the casing so it contacts with the walls of the firearm's chamber, leaving the ejected casing bigger than it was before firing. These casings need to be resized to their original specifications with the help of a sizing die. There are two types of sizing: neck sizing, which is only to be used with rifle casings that are used in a bolt-action rifle or other slow-action manually operated rifles, and full sizing, which is to be used when reloading for straight, walled cartridges, pistol, or for semi-automatic or fully automatic firearms. 9. Trim the casing. This is especially important for bottlenecked rifle calibers, and can usually be skipped for straight, walled or pistol calibers. As the casing is being resized, it will usually stretch and end up longer than it was before sizing. You will need to reduce the length of the casing by trimming the case's mouth. This can be done with various hand tools or some power tools. The trip to length of a cartridge is provided in the reloading manual. 10. Insert the new primer. Most reloading presses are equipped with a priming device of some sort, or you can also use a hand priming tool. 11. Expand the case mouth. This is required if you are loading straight, walled cartridges, or loading non-boat-tailed bullets. This is to prevent the casing's mouth from shaving the copper lead of the bullet being seated. This step is usually integrated to the powder pouring on progressive reloading presses. 12. Measure the powder. Once you have chosen the type and the quantity or powder to use, you need to measure the quantity. You can weight each and every charge on a scale, or you might want to use a mechanical powder measure. Remember that even if you are using a powder measure, you will still need a scale to calibrate the powder measure and ensure that the right amount of powder is being poured. You should check the powder measure with the scale regularly to ensure that it is still accurate. Powder charges are usually measured in grains, a grain being 1/7,000th of a pound, or 0.0648 gram. 13. Pour the powder into the primed casing. This can be done directly from the powder measure, or with funnel. 14. Seat the bullet. Using the correct die, the seating die, you must seat the bullet into the casing. The seating die must be adjusted to the correct level to reach the required cartridge overall length, COL, or OAL, which is provided in the reloading manual. 15. Crimp the cartridge. Crimping is only required if the ammunition is to be used in a tubular magazine, on which the cartridges are pushing on each other lengthwise, or if the ammunition is to be used in a firearm with a brutal action, such as a semi-automatic or fully automatic firearm. There are two basic types of crimps, taper and roll. Taper crimp is normally used for semi-automatic firearms that headspace off the case mouth. Roll crimp is normally used for revolver or single-shot firearms that headspace off the case rim. The reloading dies for the specific cartridge will be factory set for the type of crimp required. 16. Wipe the lubricant off the cartridge. Important step to prevent lubricant buildup in the firearms chamber. 17. Store in a safe place out of the reach of children. 18. Clean the area again. Tips. Double-check scale. Double-check powder measurements. Check over all cartridge lengths listed in reloading manual. Warnings. Contains explosive materials. Things. Empty casings, discard steel or aluminum casings. Primers. Powder. Casing lubricant. Bullets. Correct reloading dies. Scale. Reloading manual.